All right, we're on our last set. Number 39. The carpet in Joan's classroom is 7 meters long and 8 meters wide. Which equation cannot be used to find P, the perimeter of the carpet? So if you forgot what the formula is for perimeter, you can go to your reference manual chart and it has several different options. So you are going to look. If you get a little bit confused, you might actually work it out and work each of the answer choices out to see which one is a different answer than the other three. The key word in here is which equation cannot be used to find P. So there's 3 of them that can and 1 of them that cannot, and the one that cannot is your answer. Number 40. Mr. Grant spends $295 each month to lease a car. Which is the best estimate of how much he spends to lease a car in 72 months? So we have F at $3,000, G at $21,000, H at $27,000, and J at $30,000. So which is the best estimate of how much he spends to lease a car for 72 months? It looks like you might round both of the numbers. Okay, number 41. Jamal will place point T at the coordinates 6, 2. Point T will be inside which type of triangle? A is isosceles, B is an equilateral, C is a scalene, and D is not here. So if you're looking to place point T at the coordinate 6, 2, remember you're going to go out 6 and up 2. And you're going to put a point and label it T. Now, in your answer choices, A, an isosceles triangle, is a triangle that has 2 equal sides. A equilateral triangle is one that has all 3 sides equal. And a scalene triangle has not any of the sides are equal. So hopefully that will help you answer it. Number 42. So 3 girls graph the number and type of coins they have. So it says, what is the total value of the coins Gracie has? So basically we can mark out Olivia and Alexa because we're just looking at Gracie. But remember, they're giving you the number of coins, not the value of it. So we're going to have to figure out the number of each and then times it by the value to figure out what the total value of coins she has. So if you look at Gracie, the dots represent nickels. So that bar goes, it looks like between 4 and 6, which is 5. So how much is 5 nickels? Then we have our dimes. Looks like there's 10 dimes. 10 dimes are 10 cents each. So how much is 10 dimes? Then our quarters, it looks like it's between 6 and 8, which would be 7. So how much is 7 quarters? Once you get all 3 of those values, you are going to add them up to figure out the total value. Now remember, you need to make sure that you line your decimals up because you are adding numbers with decimals, and that's very important when you're doing that. The answer choices are F is $3.25, G is $3, H is $2.65, and J is $2.40. So what is the total value of the coins Gracie has? Number 43. Which fun dough recipe requires 2 fluid ounces of oil? So you're going to have to figure out from your reference materials chart how many ounces are in a cup. And once you figure that out, you're going to have to look at each of the answer choices and figure out if it's 1/2, 1/8, 1/3, or 1/4. And if you visually look at this, there are 8 ounces in a cup. So they say it requires 2 ounces. So if you did a little bar and divided it into 8 and shaded in 2 of those, how much would that be? It's going to be 2 out of 8. or you can simplify that. So if you had 2 8s, how would you simplify that? All right, number 44. Which input-output table represents the data shown on the coordinate grid? So you're going to look at your answer choices. And we have F, which has 1. So you're going to go out 1 and up 1.3. So if we look over at our first dot, it looks like it goes out 1, but then it goes halfway between 1 and 2, so that's probably 1.5, not 1.3. So in looking at that, it pretty much takes F, G, and H out. Let's look at J and C. We've got 2 and 2.5, 3 and 3.5, and 4 and 4.5. So, because X is first and it's out, and Y is second and it's up, J is going to be the correct answer. Even though H has the same numbers, H has the X and the Y numbers in the wrong spot. So the answer for this one is J. A meteorologist in Scobie, Montana, reported that 16.4 inches of snow fell yesterday. The actual amount was 16.392 inches, which shows a correct comparison of these two numbers. So you're going to want to make your numbers happy. If you make your numbers happy by adding your zeros, it should be pretty easy to figure out which one is greater. Number 46. The cafeteria at San Isidro Elementary has 18 tables. 14 of the tables seat 14 students each. The rest of the tables seat 16 students each. What is the maximum number of students that can sit at the tables in the cafeteria at once? Okay, so we're going to have to break this down into kind of two parts. So there are 18 tables total. 14 of those tables seat 14 students. So in order to figure out how many students those 14 tables seat, you're going to have to first do 14 times 14 to get a total. Then it says the rest of the tables seat 16. Well, we have to figure out how many are the rest. There's a total of 18. They tell us 14 of those tables seat 14 students. So that gives us 4 tables left. And those 4 tables are going to seat 16 students each. So to get those tables, it would be 16 times 4. Then you're going to take those two numbers and add them together to figure out how many total students all the tables can sit in the cafeteria at one time. Number 47. A bathtub contains 35.5 liters of water. When the plug is removed, 5 liters of water drain from the bathtub each minute. How many minutes will it take all the water to drain from the bathtub? So it's giving you the total number in liters, and it's telling you that it drains 5 liters each minute. So how many minutes will it take all the water to drain from the bathtub? A, 177.5, B, 7.1, C, 17.75, or D, 6.95. Number 48. There are 3 times as many boys as girls in the library. There are half as many teachers as girls. Which list could represent the number of boys, girls, and teachers in the library? We've got F at 36 boys, 18 girls, and 9 teachers. G is 40 boys, 20 girls, and 5 teachers. H is 28 boys, 14 girls, and 7 teachers. And J is 56 boys, 18 girls, and 9 teachers. So when we look at this, it says there are 3 times as many boys as girls. So in looking at the boys compared to girls, girls needs to be able to multiply that number times 3 to get the number of boys. Once you find an answer choice that rule follows, then you're going to take the girls and you're going to divide it by 2 to figure out how many teachers there are. Because there are 3 times as many boys as girls, and there's half the number of girls is the number of teachers they have. Okay, number 49. One more after this. Benjamin will simplify this expression. It will tell him how many slices of pizza he will produce if he slices 4 large pizzas into equal tenths. What is the value of the expression? So we are going to be dividing fractions. Now, this one's a little challenging. You're going to keep, change, and flip. So we're going to keep the 4. We're going to change the division sign to a multiplication. And then we're going to flip. You always flip the second one. Even though the whole number is the first one, you always flip the second one. So instead of it being 1/10, when you flip that, it's going to be 10/1. So your expression ends up being 4 times 10. So solve that. This is what is the value of the expression? Because the question was, how many slices of pizza will he produce if he slices 4 large pizzas into tenths? So visually, you've got 4 pizzas. So visualize 4 large circles, and you're dividing each of those circles into tenths. And they're asking how many slices you have. So it's 4, which is keep. Change your division sign to multiplication, and you're going to flip the 1/10 to 10/1 and multiply. All right, our last one, number 50. Monica needs to simplify the numeric expression shown here to find the answer to the math problem. So PEMDAS is the strategy you're going to use. Remember, you do what's in parentheses first, then you do exponents, multiplication and division starting from left to right, and then addition and subtraction. Now remember, if there's not a division, multiplication, addition, or subtraction sign, then it means that you are going to multiply. And once again, once you get your answer, make sure you put the numbers in the correct place value spot on your griddable.